Okay, one of the other things I like to do before I repaint my nail or rebuff it for the rest of the time is take a little care underneath them. I have a tool also, in addition to the thin one you saw, that's a little bit thicker and it's tapered on the end. And so it works really good to get under the nail without, without damaging it or messing up my skin. And it's flat on the tip. It's perfectly flat and then tapered. And so what I like to do with this tool, because a lot of times during the during the duration of the wear of your nails, you will have the underneath side of your nail, the natural nail will start to lift or try to lift, or it can even get dirty under there. And I like the underneath sides of my nails to be pretty as well. I've seen a lot of acrylic nail situations where the underneath side is really ugly, and I don't like that. So I like to take either my scraper and go in there and just make sure they're clean and scraped out. But I also like this tool because it actually will drill slightly underneath that nail, and it will soften the edges down of my natural nail and blend them into the acrylic nail. And so I do that to make sure there's no edges that look like they're not blended in with the acrylic nail. And so I will do that on all 10 of my nails in this next part, uh, and then I'll be back to show you how to finish them off. Okay, now that I've cleaned underneath my nails real good and blended out any areas that were jagged, and just kind of thinned up my natural nail to blend in, now I'm going to wash my nails really good under soap and water, just plain old hand soap and water, and I'm going to scrub pretty good where I did my work against the cuticle and underneath my nail so that I can make sure that all the dust and pieces and chips is all gone. And then I'll be back. Okay, so my nails are clean, and also before I finish, I wanted to let you know that what kind of a brush that I use when I do my acrylic, and it's an ASP number 10 precision brush with an oval tip on it. And it works pretty good to pick up enough liquid to get it on there and do a good job. I have to do very little filing after my nail acrylic application because I'm careful to shape it in the way that I want it without any thickness or lumps, and I think I do a fair job of not doing them too thick. So okay, we have cleaned around the edges of the cuticle and underneath the nail. I've cleaned that out and thinned it, and so now again, I've not removed that top coat of clear, but now I'm just going to put a fresh coat of my super shiny on for the next 5 days or so to last me. And that's just painting your nail, and I don't put a lot of it on very thick. I just put a nice thin coat on, and I also am careful not to get too far back on the nail and against the cuticle, because if you do that, you risk a little bit of lifting. So I try not to get the polish too far back. But this will put a fresh coat on there, and it will kind of fill that back ridge a little bit that started to grow out, and it'll keep my nails intact for the rest of the week until I'm actually ready to do the actual backfill. So that pretty much is the extent of maintaining your nails. And you just want to watch now so that in 5 days or so, when that gap between the back edge of the acrylic and the cuticle has gotten wide, and the tip, the smile line here has grown out past the edge of my finger uh, when it gets pretty much up to the end where the white is just a tiny little sliver. That's when it's time to refill. I will tell you that usually you should do your fills every 2 weeks, but some of us who take like vitamins, that will make your nails grow faster, and so you may have to do your nails more often, your back fills, or if you don't take vitamins or you don't have a lot of growth, then you can actually get maybe 2.5 weeks out of your nails, which is the case I have right here. In the summer, my nails grow faster. In the winter, they slow down a little bit, so I can go a little longer between fills. So different things that happen to your body make a difference. Also, if you choose to have a large white section of your nail, uh, when you do your nails and you start the white lower down on your nail, then it will take longer for it to grow out to the tip, and so you can make your manicure last a little bit longer as well. But again, you have to maintenance that back edge, because if you don't, and you leave those little thin areas to start chipping off on their own, then those chips get bigger, and eventually you can have a big lifting problem on the back edge. Once your nails are dry, it's really important to use nail oil. If you're going to use acrylic nails, one of the things you'll have to get in the habit of doing is putting oil on the cuticles every night. I recommend it every single night. Just make it a routine, just like brushing your teeth before you go to bed. Um, dab a little bit of cuticle oil on the back edges, and you can just like rub it in a little bit. Uh, and the other times you can do that is if you've been doing chores all day, doing a lot of dishes, having your hands in the water, and the cuticles start to dry out, you will definitely want to use oil on them. That is one of the number one things, in addition to good product, that will keep your nails from lifting. So that concludes the nail maintenancing, and I hope you enjoyed it. And one of these days I may do another video to show you actually how I do my back fills. Thanks for watching. Bye.